What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Dan, man. We back in the chat cooking up another banger, man. You know how to come down with that banger. But look, this is times rappers outsmarted the police. Sometimes it's the other way around. The police be outsmarting the rappers because the rappers be telling on themselves in the songs. But this time, the rappers outsmarted. I can't say it. Outsmarted the police. So we're gonna hit that like button. We're gonna vibe out, man. We're gonna see if your favorite rapper was on here. I know the baby gotta be on here.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep real. Listen, on Lazan, on my little brother grade. Okay. I don't know who did. I don't know.
Is this fake?
No. So what time was this? I don't know. Every time they chose it. Whatever time the camera showed me not robbing.
These are times rappers outsmarted
You on there
detectives.
twice?
And first, let's start with Fulio, because in April 2022, detectives were patrolling the Jacksonville area, and while working, they spotted Fulio driving a Dodge Durango with a legal window tint. And since it was suspicious, they flickered their lights so Fulio would pull over. And during the traffic stop, a prosecutor shows up at the scene for some odd reason, and that's when things will get bad. Because during the stop, the prosecutor would go on to illegally search Fulio's vehicle, and even tell the officers about who it was. That's when they took Fulio to
Hey, police be doing hoes, bruh. Like they know damn well they ain't got consent. They don't supposed to be going through your video, but they do it anyway. They be just be abusing power, bro.
the patrol car, and a detective then asks him about the death of his best friend, ATK Mitch.
All right, so I ain't want to bring it up. I know you're gonna be upset. Mitch, there's some detectives I want to talk to you real quick about what happened to Mitch.
How long that's gonna take?
Not that long. Depends on you. They just gonna ask what you know about what happened.
After that question, Fulio quickly learned that he was staying for questioning.
All right, the reason why I'm here, I'm with the homicide unit, and I am lead on.
Nigga said, how long it's gonna take?
You didn't have a friend that just recently got killed?
A lot of friends that
Recently? Mitch?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I'm lead on that. I know that, I don't know how close you guys were. So, I mean, just kind of give me some insight on, the reason why I want to talk to you.
The detective nervous. He's shaking his foot. He trying to come up with something smooth to say. Hey, look, he's shaking his foot.
Yeah, first and foremost, I'm sure you want something done about what happened to him, but can you kind of give me a, just rundown on y'all relationship when y'all met? How long y'all been partners or whatever?
The detectives start off trying to learn about who Fulio is and who Mitch is to him. But Fulio just gives them small details, like Mitch is his brother. He also told them he was out of town when Mitch passed.
So what was y'all relationship, as y'all got older?
He used to come to my mama's house. I used to stay on the corner. Okay. He used to come over there. Come on, brother Kendrick who died. Everybody used to come out. He used to come over there, show his, support.
What type of work do you do?
All right.
I'm an artist.
You're an artist? Okay. Well, as far as Mitch go, what are you hearing? And I know.
Not really. I was in Miami when I heard the news. You know what I'm saying? I was down south with a worm making music, and I saw posting on Instagram, Mitch there. Everybody, the whole Jacksonville, Mitch. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what? So I called his mama. Then she was like, it's true. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the Then that's how that went.
It's crazy.
I just want afterwards though, like what you been hearing. I mean, this your homeboy, bro.
What do you say? Word on the street. We want to know what happened. What you heard about what's going on the street? What's the rumor on the street?
Yeah, I went to his funeral and all. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? You would never know who, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't gonna just come out and just say, oh, I killed him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm talking about y'all group, like from your end, what names are you guys hearing?
I ain't really hearing. That's what I'm saying. You ain't gonna, I don't know.
You could easily tell the detectives didn't know what went down from the questions they were asking because they were all over the place. But Fulio stuck to the same story and told the detectives multiple times that he didn't know anything about that situation.
Well, again, I guess my question more so is what have you been hearing since this happened in January?
He just told you don't know.
I'm sure you heard some things that may, be able to lead to, successful as far as finding out who may have been involved or, because what we don't want is like back and forth retaliation. You get what I'm saying? If you may know or hear something, then that'd be helpful as well. Because if you know his mom, you can sit up there and call his mom, then I'm pretty sure you would want her to have some answers as well.
I'm gonna keep it real. Listen, on Lazan, on my little brother Grady.
Okay.
I don't know who did. I don't know.
I ain't saying exactly who. I'm just saying, like, what did you hear?
You never. I ain't hear. That's what I'm saying. You will never know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. No, I just heard they say little brother got shot. I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Miami at the time though. Court. So I'm like, I gotta go to another funeral, pay for a funeral, and like that.
You ain't tired of that, man?
Yeah. But I'm knowing it.
When Fulio denies knowing anything about the shooting, the detective asks him whether he thinks his music plays a part in the violence around him.
This may be a hard question. I ain't gonna say it's a hard question, but do you think that your music or your ways or the way you conduct yourself through your music had anything to do with him because of the way y'all?
Yeah. Yeah. Nigga, do you think your music had anything to do with the deaths? Yeah, I'm full of, you know damn well your music diss the ops, but in the courtroom, nope. I make kumbaya music to the streets, nigga.
Nah, cause even before I was rap, it was. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's Jacksonville, bro. Like, it's a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's Jacksonville, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just say it's my music that why somebody died. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, do you think it influenced someone or triggered someone, like the way y'all going back and forth?
Nah, it's a million niggas. It's like all through the so it can't.
But you know what I'm talking about.
You can't let no song just help. Nah,
but you're saying that you can't let no song do that. But nowadays, like you say, these Jacksonville, a lot of things trigger people to do certain things.
Man, that gotta be in you. You ain't gonna let no song just. Cause that like me. If I hear a song that ain't just gonna let crash me out off a song. Like,
Facts.
You never know, man. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. Do you feel that way?
Yeah.
Do you feel that way?
No. A song can't make go through nothing, bro.
Just asking.
And since the detectives couldn't get anything out of him, they decided to leave the room for a little while. More detectives came in and started questioning him about the traffic stop, since they also claimed that Fulio tried eluding. The interrogation didn't last long, since it wasn't much they could get out of him.
Bruh, you go into the courtroom or the interrogation room, you just don't speak. You don't have to speak. You don't gotta talk. You literally don't gotta talk.
So they left the room again. That's when the clip of Fulio's interrogation went viral, of him singing Dark Cloud by Rod Wave in the interrogation room.
Been so many dark days, been so many dark days, dark clouds, been so many dark days.
Nigga, Rod Wave hit every time.
Dark clouds.
He would also upload the clip to his Instagram saying, "I can never go out bad. I see a lot of rappers going out bad, telling etc. I don't know nothing. I am not 6'9". In the traffic stop situation, Fulio faced up to 3 years as they tried charging him with fleeing, eluding, and tampering with evidence. And after several attempts to dismiss the case, Fulio pleaded no contest to charges of tampering with evidence in exchange for 6 months of probation, which he served in Georgia. Fulio might have gotten 6 months of probation, but not falling for the detective's tricks saved him from having to spend.
So because he didn't tell or what happened with the situation with Mitch, they got mad and said, "We gonna charge you with fleeing?" Man, police be doing anything, bro.
3 years in jail, and he didn't reveal anything about the death of Mitch. Now, let's move on to the baby, because in January 2020, he was in Miami since he had to perform at a nightclub. But things didn't go as planned since the promoter only paid the baby $20,000 instead of the whole $30,000. And that's when things took a turn, because the promoter claimed that the baby went on to punch him in the face multiple times. And his crew also jumped in to start attacking the promoter. According to the promoter, the baby and his crew stole his phone, credit card, and $80 in cash. The baby and his crew would go on to flee the scene before returning to the hotel a few hours later, only to be met by the victim along with some police waiting to arrest him. So they took him to the police station for questioning. The interrogation didn't go how the detectives expected it to go, since he beat them at their own game.
What's your full name?
We just want to get it from you. This is just a formality. Just tell name, date of birth, and all that stuff.
The baby could have easily stayed silent and got a lawyer, but he knew he could outsmart the detectives in this situation.
Okay, you have the right to have a lawyer present with you during questioning. Do you understand? If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. Do you understand that? An incident occurred at the hotel, 1500 Southwest First Avenue, that you were there for, correct?
What incident?
An incident. You had an altercation with somebody?
What incident?
Did you have a business dealing with somebody?
No.
You did. So somebody didn't bring you $20,000 in front of the hotel in your SUV?
No.
They did?
No. Somebody bring $20,000 that wasn't theirs and lied to them and told them that it was for an event of theirs on the 31st. And lied to them. That person, once he realized they was doing bad business, said nah and left with his $20,000.
Okay, so you didn't count it?
And got my contact information to do business the right way. That's what happened.
So what time was this, sir?
I don't know. Every time they chose it. Whatever time the camera showed me not robbing no damn body.
The baby was letting the detectives know he had nothing to do with what happened outside and that his manager was talking to the promoter.
What time? Whatever the camera told me the incident was. Come on, do y'all paper, do y'all work.
About him performing at a nightclub. But once the manager noticed the money the promoter was offering was stolen, they didn't want anything to do with it. And the footage from the scene was unclear and no witnesses were nearby. So the baby stuck to his story.
Common sense. You know what I made to even be down here. A promoter booked me at that hotel. I didn't pay to be at the hotel. I was paid for. You'd have let me on my room, you would have saw close to $250 million cash legally hard-earned money. I don't got to take nothing from nobody. I will go outside here right now and throw $10,000 in the air. Like, I'm not curious about my money. Don't.
Was there an argument?
No, it was an argument. I didn't argue with a soul. My voice was never raised. That shit name is for me. None of that. None of that. No, I ain't seen no fight. And nothing's taken. We shouldn't be in no robbery.
The baby was also letting the police detectives know that he had way too much money for him and his team to try and rob someone. Because if he has over $250,000 sitting in his hotel room, it wouldn't make any sense that he took $80 from someone. And since the detectives weren't getting much out of him, they began to ask more detailed questions to see if they could catch him in a lie. Since a car was spotted on the security camera where the promoter claimed he got robbed.
When I encountered you in the hotel, you came back to the concierge, the counter. Yeah. Where were you coming from at that point?
Prime, seafood, prime, whatever the hell I went to eat. I went to get some food.
Where is that? You don't know?
No.
How'd you get there?
In a car.
What kind of car? Was it a car you drove? Somebody else drove? An Uber?
Yeah.
What kind of car was it? Small car, SUV, truck, what?
I don't know. That's about what matters. What I'm driving in, the car, what I went to go eat, what time I went, that don't have nothing to do with the fact I ain't robbed the damn soul.
Let's take the word robbery out of the picture.
So why are we here? We taking the word robbery out of the picture?
The baby was clearly beating the detectives since he had them in the upper hand. But he's about to completely shut them down and what's coming up.
Oh, y'all know?
Hey, if he would have said what caused the Uber, he would have got stuck. We got you on camera, and this was the car that was at the scene. Hey, the baby, he got that one. He booked that one. I think where rappers fail, where they get caught up, and they snitch on themselves, they be under the influence. They be drunk on syrup, so they brain not thinking fast. So it's like that drugs be having them fucked up, and they can't think.
Too many lies. You get what I'm saying? That's why y'all gotta move backwards like that, bro. Like,
you say that they're lies, but you don't know what we have done.
Okay. I know if y'all had proof of me robbing somebody, we wouldn't even be talking. Y'all would have cuffed me. I would be charged with it. That's what I know, bro.
The baby also confronted the police, since if they had proof he robbed someone, they wouldn't have even
going into an office, working 50 hours a week, having that structure. I knew that I wanted more.
Oh yeah.
My name is Charlotte Reese, and I am the owner of Vivi et Marco. We specialize in selling traditional and authentic French homewares.
I got that. I skipped it. Why is it still going? There we go.
Even questioned him in the first place. And since the detectives couldn't get anything out of the baby, they left the room and he went to sleep since he wasn't really worried about the situation. A detective would return to let him know he would get locked up since he was still the prime suspect. The baby was facing 15 years in prison and a battery charge if they could gather enough evidence to prove that he robbed someone. But they couldn't get anything other than some blurry surveillance footage. And just 2 months later, this whole case was dismissed since they couldn't prove that the baby committed a crime. The baby also explained in an interview with DJ Academics that he knows how things go and why he doesn't usually hire lawyers in those situations.
Like, I do want you to give some type of knowledge on that because I've watched it. I'm like, damn. Yeah. Like, the police probably are licking their chops like, yo, we got this. Even though you be spitting.
So how I go. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So, okay, so it's simple. Like, why the would I pay for a lawyer in a situation when I can speak for myself?
But they're trying to like.
But see, these is not.
The reason you get the lawyers because certain shit they like to twist it, bro. If you got a bad memory, they gonna get your ass. The police here be like, so you was at the scene at 8:06 p.m. and you be like, yeah. Then they say some other stuff randomly. They be like, oh, so you was at the scene on 9:06 p.m. right? And you be like, yeah, gotcha ass. Like what? You gotta pay attention to them questions. That's when a lawyer come in. That's why y'all always gotta have some money to the side. Have some money to the side for a lawyer. You never know, bro. Your place expired. You never know. Have money for a lawyer. Quick $500 to $1,500. Just do it.
You know,
even more than that.
Knowledgeable enough for like the laws to be able to you know, to say, and then just walk out. Like, it's simple.
But not all rappers outsmart the detectives the same way DaBaby and Fulio did. Because let's move on to Tay-K. And things went a little differently for him. Because in July 2016, Tay-K was arrested for capital murder, along with 6 other people for charges related to a home invasion where 21-year-old Ethan Walker was murdered. Tay-K and some of his homies planned to rob a local drug dealer. They had 2 girls go to the front door to seduce him. Then, when he was distracted, Tay-K and his crew ran through the home with guns looking for drugs and money. During the robbery, there was a confrontation and Walker was shot. After being arrested and questioned by detectives, Tay-K broke down and started crying.
This video from almost 3 years ago shows a 16-year-old Tamor McIntyre in a small room with police, uncomfortable, wiping his eyes at times, and finally admitting to investigators he played a role in a home invasion and murder in Mansfield.
Tay-K also admitted to his role in the robbery and was placed on house arrest to await trial. But a few days before his court case, Tay-K cut off his ankle monitor and went on the run. While on the run, Tay-K also allegedly committed a few other crimes. On April 23rd, 2007.
Bro, at 16? I know niggas doing home invasions at 16, but bodies? These bodies dropping by getting by, how can I say it? The people that dropping these bodies getting younger and younger. For real.
17, he allegedly took the life of a 23-year-old cameraman, Mark Saldivar, while attempting to rob him in a Chick-fil-A parking lot. Then, on May 25th, he allegedly beat up and robbed 65-year-old Oniskip Pepe at a park in Arlington. Tay-K would later get caught after going on the run. In July 2019, Tay-K was found guilty of murder for his involvement with the death of Ethan Walker and was sentenced to 55 years in prison. Subscribe real quick if you're enjoying the video. Now let's move on to Florida rapper 12 Honcho, because the reason behind the interrogation isn't clear. But when getting caught,
that nigga Tay-K, bro, was the first rapper to ever make a music video on the run, nigga, and have his reward picture up. That's the only first nigga I known to do this shit. That nigga made a hit song on the run. That's why he made that song. He knew he was gonna get caught. That's why he made it. He said, man, I might as well just turn up, bro, before I turn myself in.
Question, Honcho decided not to say a word and asked for his lawyer instead.
Is there anything in the room that you wanna talk to me about or let me know about? Okay. Is there any drugs in that room?
I don't know.
All right. If there are drugs in that room, would they belong to you?
I don't want to know.
Okay, no problem at all, man. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start my interview.
And after sitting in jail for a while, Honcho ended up beating 25 years since he decided not to say anything when questioned by detectives. But if you thought that was crazy, you have to click this video to see the times rappers got caught lacking.
Man, you get to that system, that interrogation room, don't talk, man. For real. Don't talk. So look, what I need you to do for this video, man, I enjoyed it, man. The baby was on Earth. I thought we all know about the baby. That nigga so playing with this shit. But look, what I need you to do is click that like button. Comment down below any video you want. I'm talking too fast. Comment down below any video you want me to react to. 3, subscribe to the family. Every day we working. We're consistent as ever. We dropping these bangers out, man. What more can you ask for? But look, I'm going to see y'all in the next video. I appreciate y'all tuning in, enjoying yourself. I'm going to see y'all later.